Let's play this next clip.
Protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy. And in a democracy, the president of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it. And this is what is at stake, which is why you have someone like the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying what Mark Milley has said about Donald Trump being a threat.
Can I just look, you know, and the criticism she's getting here is that she's screaming it's a democracy or whatever. But I want to highlight how it took her 35 seconds to say even Mark Milley has criticized Trump. That was 1 second it took me to say it would take you 35 seconds.
Well, it's also
said, when the president of the United States in the United States says that people should be what? When you don't need to say the president of the United States in the United States, you say the president. Mm-hmm. But you see how she does this because, you know, look, there's a strategy there. They probably told her, we're going to have you go on this interview. We need you to say 5 words for every 1 word. Mm-hmm. Figure it out. And then she was like, well, okay. And that's exactly what this clip is. The whole thing was this.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. That opening question. Well, I'm glad you brought up immigration because it's a conversation people want to have. It's very important. And I think immigration is important, too. That's why people obviously want to talk about it. Now, I talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it now.
It's like she has to give a book report on a book she didn't read. She's in front of the classroom just trying to stall. Like, well, it's about, the book's called Little Women. She's like, some women are smaller than others. And yeah, it's
in the book,
really
there's a big woman. And she attacks a little woman.
As compared,
that's wrong.
As compared to the women, the ones that are little, that are small, but they're still women. And Brett Baer's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I kind of feel like when it was obvious that Joe Biden's polls were in the gutter, Trump was going to landslide, down ballot was going to crumble. They had no choice but to remove Joe Biden at the last minute. If they removed Joe Biden but during the primary, RFK Jr. takes the nomination. They can't risk that. So they needed to stall it out.
Yeah.
But then the problem is with only 3 months left, no one else can take this campaign money. And so all these big donors are like, look, we've donated, all these people have donated a lot of money to your campaign. If Biden drops out and you choose anybody else, that money's not going with them. So it has to be Harris. And they're like, Harris can't win. Obama was saying Harris couldn't win a while ago. Now he's going out singing her praises. I think they must have resigned themselves to like, all right, we lost. Because this, my friends, make some popcorn, grab a beer. If you want to have a laugh, you will watch this. You will laugh. I'm not kidding. When Brett Baer, some of the questions he asks, I just bust out laughing because he asks her a question that no one would dare ask her, but needs to be answered for that many of us would talk about, namely like, would you apologize to this family or whatever? And then she just spirals out of control. And it's just good stuff. It's good stuff. In the end, I don't see how a human being in this country who is rational would vote for her.
Well, everyone can vote, not just the rational people.
And it's not about her.
Unfortunately.
It's about being compliant with Democrats, right?
Yeah.
They are voting blue because that's what they're going to do no matter what. And I think that is.
And a lot of people are just voting against Donald Trump, too. I mean, I think a lot of Kamala's voters aren't too crazy about her either.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be, if she loses this year in 2028, campaigning for her to come back. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not her. It's just that she is in this seat because they changed horses midstream. They dumped Biden and now probably look back thinking, oh no, that was a bad mistake.
I think they're counting on voter fraud at this point. That's like their only play they have left.
I don't know if they're planning on winning. I think maybe it's start the wars they want to happen that Donald Trump can't stop.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, we're
interesting.
Kamala said in that interview that all the PhDs say that Donald Trump's plan is going to give us a recession by the middle of next year. So I'm wondering if they're like, okay, we don't want to waste any up and coming talent. We have a limited bench. Like, who do they have? Newsom, maybe. Buttigieg, maybe. Probably not.
I think Newsom's definitely running in 2028.
Right, I agree. And they're probably saying anybody we put up is going to lose to Trump because we're not strong enough right now. So the plan, I think, is prepare for 2028. Sabotage Trump before he gets in. set things up so that the economy tanks, so that war starts. Then you say, I told you so, and take back power in 2028.
And the best way to get Trump off the table is actually to let him serve 4 more years so he cannot run again as president. I mean, they're saying all kinds of things like he's going to be a dictator and he's going to stay in office forever. But the reality is, if you really, really don't like Trump, you want him to not be able to. And that's actually the most efficient way.
That's one thing the left has always done well is the long game. They think past the next election. They do a good job at that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Republicans do. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.